And as promised, we are super fast, blazing a slide, thanks to these gentlemen behind the computers who make it possible. And I'm super happy to introduce Jims and Ruokun of T-Community, coming in from Shanghai and, don't let me pronounce it, Chengdu, I think, but they're going to tell us themselves. Like I said, they have built up a tremendous community, and you know, when we do workshops, we look at like 16, 20 people, and then you see the pictures from China, and you have like 200 people sitting in a huge hall with huge LED walls, and they're all into it. So we're really curious to hear how they managed to build that up. And of course, we want you to take note and see, oh, maybe it's time to build up that kind of community in India as well. So please welcome with me the T-Community facilitators coming live through Zoom to us. Hey Jims, hey Ruokun, very nice to see you. So we're super curious to hear about the story of the T-Community and also what you do with your amazing company Digital Fund that, as I understand, spans their work over 2 continents. So please go ahead.
And directive, and I mean, like about to be there, and but unfortunately, I didn't make it happen because of some visa issues. But still, you know, very happy to meet people here online. And okay, let me introduce briefly about our community and teams. So James and I founded Digital Fund in 2018, and actually the next year we founded another group community called TEA, T Community, which will be introduced later. Curious about TouchDesigner, and right now they become like, you know, TouchDesigner fans in China. So we will talk about that part later. And yeah, James.
Okay, so I also will introduce myself a bit. Ruokun is from the engineer background, so for my side, actually, I'm from like design and art background, and I was in the same university in Shanghai called Tongji University, and but we didn't meet each other until we studied abroad, and then contact each other in Facebook. Then we somehow finally have same interest about the TouchDesigner and the community and the commercial project. So we began a group, then incorporate together to find the 2 different paths of the company, which is Digital Fund and T-Community. So yes, this is a long story, but I'll keep it short. Like I'm also very into like the creative side, so I will introduce more like commercial project sides, like this kind of project we have done, and how we transfer those projects from like a commercial side to the educational side, and transfer the knowledge and the experience from real practice. And Let's continue about introduction about the Digital Fund. So Digital Fund is a commercial project focused studio, and we found in 2018. And we have different capabilities, like from very early stage to strategy and design, and then move to like more like production and the technology, and as well as like problem solving, this kind of stage. Then we implement into the like installation, and also like the real projects on site. So we have different capabilities for our studio in the Digital Fund. Yeah. And we usually have this four kind of different category of our projects experience, including show and launch events, immersive exhibition, virtual production, and visual effects. Here's a demo reel from our like a Digital Fund studio. So we have take part in many big launch events related to the car industry, and we have plan set up like a visual and kinetic lights, as well as like real-time interaction. During the COVID, we also take part in many like virtual production projects, as well as like after COVID and before COVID, we take part in like immersive experience, including like indoor exhibition and outdoor exhibition as well. We also try to integrate many brands, ideas, strategy, and the cultural heritage into our projects. Some of this based on the branding requirements, some of them are based on our research and interests. And we also embrace the AI technology into our projects and our research. We will introduce this AI-oriented interaction in the later pages. On the stage, we create many hardware and those screen projection, lighting, laser, kinetic installation. All these things we have experienced, we have learned, then we have put this idea into our like a T community as an education part. And here are our client partners, including like sport brands and auto car brands, as well as like music industry, film industry. Some of them are based in China, and some of it's more like international brands. And I will introduce a couple iconic projects from Digital Fund, and then hand over to Ruokun to introduce about the T community. The first project I would like to introduce is about Spring Festival Gala back to 2024 to 25, and this year is quite special because the Spring Festival Gala usually is the biggest TV show for Chinese people, especially for the Spring Festival. Actually, our Spring Festival is right next week. And in this Spring Festival Gala, we were invited by the super famous director Imo Zhang, and he invited us to join this this program to combine TouchDesigner's interactive features with the dancers, as well as the dumpling chefs together. Put everything combine inside TouchDesigner, as well as the generative real-time motion based on the dancer, and the compose into like into this show that could also relate to like Chinese cultural heritage about the dumpling and about the love of the Spring Festival. Here is the Spring Festival Gala live stream, and you can see there's a lot of dancers on the ground, and there's high-rise like 4K camera on the top of ceiling to capture their motion. And then we use TouchDesigner to generate real-time like particle and other effects based on their motion. And on top of that, you can see many hands and dumpling and the noodles. They come from another camera to detect all the chefs. They cook the noodles and create the shape of the dumpling in the real time and put on top of the dancer's movement. So TouchDesigner capture both layers and adding the real-time interaction on top of that, and then do the composite function and output the real-time signal to the TV live stream. So this is how this program can create and integrate with the real-time technology. The second project we introduced is about the exterior night walk park, which we work with a famous company called Mon Factory in Montreal, Canada. And Lumina is Mon Factory is one of the most famous like night walk park IP, and the Orange Lumina is their first Lumina project in China, Shanghai. And we are happy to work with Mon Factory together to bring their idea on the ground. Due to the COVID in 2022, the Mon Factory core team had difficult to travel to Shanghai, China, because we all both use TouchDesigner. So and we worked before for another project. So we have a chance to join their team to help them to do all the on-site like technology and help them set up hardware, help them do all the testing and the programming thing, and make everything have successful like setup in Shanghai's park. This project is kind of long-term project. They began like before COVID, but due to like the situations about the COVID virus, so it somehow have postponed for a couple months, and then we have joined the team to help them to sort out all the technical problems, set up TouchDesigner file with all the interactive setup on site. Majorly, there's two pieces of the interaction experience. One is the previous is lighting tube, creating like a forest compared with the real cheese. And another one is this one is interactive table with the LiDAR sensor. So all the user can touch the round table and create interactive. And all the story belong like somehow related Chinese like philosophy about like 5 elements from nature. This is also a very amazing project. They can fully show the powerful of TouchDesigner and combine with this big size commercial project. And the next project I will introduce is more or less related to like Chinese cultural heritage background about peeing like drama. Peeing drama is sort of like using the paper or like a kind of a texture to make the different shape of people, animal, and the architecture by the Chinese art style. And there's in the real peeing this kind of show, they have a real actor to control all these papers, do the movement, and create a storytelling based on this kind of show. And this project, we work with a company called the Temple of Lights and the Daniel Rose to help them to about their technical and also production for their immersive show. So you can see it's like fully immersive room with all the projection and LED screen, and we all help them with our Chinese background knowledge about this peeing show, about the content of the character, help them to finish how the movement of the character and how movement can shape the storytelling based in each section. The projection and the screen setup is kind of complicated, so this is also a way we are thinking about like integrate TouchDesigner's playback system, and the multi-layers can play a very important roles for these such big projects. Yeah, those are a couple of projects we want to introduce, and there are definitely some knowledge or like learn from what we learn from projects we would like to share more. But I think today we can more prefer to introduce about T community, because it's a community about how we grow and how we cultivate the Chinese TouchDesigner amateur and people who want to apply TouchDesigner into their job, into their study. We gather all the people and create a community. And I think I told you, Ruokun, he will introduce more about the community, how it grow and how it focus.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, James. And Todd is my English name, Ruokun is my Chinese name, so we're learning. And I'm excited to introduce T community because it's I mean, like in my life, that's first, a group of people I start with like small group of people, and then it become like a huge people group. Like James introduced, Digital Fund is a commercial company. So during the first year of 2018, we did some project which I mean like it looks good. So people are very interested about us how we start using what kind of tools or what kind of program we're gonna use to develop that kind of like audio plus visuals and plus like physical control, like that kind of techniques together. So a lot of people ask us, and then we introduce, okay, this is because TouchDesigner is like a very, like a new tools, because at that time, I guess, less than 10 people in China was using like TouchDesigner as a part of their jobs. So a lot of people, some people found that's the strength of TouchDesigner and asked us questions. So I talked to James, why not we set up another group called T community. It's T because it's short for technology, education, and art. So I think that's easier to be remembered, and it become like another educational teams in our company. And then, okay. Excuse me. So this is some introduced video. I just made it because it's in Chinese, but I can briefly introduce our community. It's called Technology, Education, Art. So we do a lot of education works in China. We have like different events happens every month in China, and we are honored to be like a educational partner of Derivative. So we researched a lot and to organize the different different materials for people to learn TouchDesigner, to learn how to connect different sensors together, and also how to create some like creative visuals with these tools. And we also wrote a book. It's called like TouchDesigner All New Platform, and I think it did help people to understand the capability of such a crazy program. And also during our workshop, we bring not only the visual part. We also bring a lot of like physical hardware, so help people understand how to connect hardware to software, to make the, to do like the system integrations, to make them understand how a project should be, or how they should do during like a very comprehensive project. So in the past few years, from 2019, we try to set up this community to bring more and more people coming in, and to make the communication easier for people, and to make more interesting projects. So the more interesting projects, the more people come in, and that's how the community grows step by step to this year. So this year is like the seventh, because 6 years, just more than 6 years. So, but in the past 6 years, things changes a lot in China, and I will introduce a little bit later. Okay. We also have the Player International Festivals, which is very important for us. I think the good intellectual property will help people to understand the concept of why we set up this community. Okay, so our slogan is showing making knowledge easier. Well, so right now we have like a network of more than 160,000 people in our community, and every day hundreds of people, talking online to exchange their knowledge, to ask questions or solve questions. And we also not only teaching or tutoring, but also collaborate with universities and organizations, because I think it's it's very limited for us to reach all the people. But if we can reach those organizations or academic organizations, they can help us to make more people understand this industry. So after 2019, we set up a lot of like collaborations with some universities like Tsinghua and MIT to bridge the connections, and also we talk to some business companies like Alibaba and Red, which is a very popular social media in China. And by connecting the business industry, connecting the educational industry, so we make it possible to make people understanding how they're going to use their capabilities to find a job, or to make something, to start a careers in business, and to make such a path for them. And also we have the festivals called Flare. I will introduce later. And I think everything starts from a book, which is the one we wrote back in 2019. And this book, I think it's a very good start for people, and also we become later we become the member of the SIGGRAPH and some lab like the Ministry of Cultural Key Labs in China. And also we become the educational partner, I think 2020, honored by Derivative. And here, this is the website. We have our own website. I think it's easier for people to browse, and then also to get all the materials we provided online. Oops. And here's some data. Very exciting because because when I started using TouchDesign is more than 10 years ago when I was in the States. I guess there's around 3 people in China know what TouchDesign is because it's very very difficult to find TouchDesigner based resources in China. And after the 10 years of development, there are around more than 300 crowd of people in this community. There's a very exciting progress, and I think because of the in the past 10 years the Chinese internet, if you heard some news about how fast it grows, there are a lot of like social media platforms make it possible for all the anyone can reach all the resources they need online, like in 1 second, in very short seconds. So, which makes it convenient for people to learn and to communicate online, to have to post their thoughts online, to get together when they set up like a event. So because of the those platform like Bilibili and Red, more and more people join in this community. And some universities collaborations, we have really had like more than 50 university collaborated together. We help them set up their curriculums. We had them to set up the labs, based on the interactive programs, to help them to teach students during their sessions. And also we have business collaborations with some with companies. I think their resource is very important for us because they will provide the job opportunities for students after they graduate from schools. And some others international collaborations. Every year we have our forums in China, and we invite like people from all around the world together to have our forums, discussions, and festivals. And this is the book what I mentioned.
Yeah, there's a funny story. Just adding on top is 2 months ago we went to the TouchDesigner event Tokyo, and I have a presentation as well. And we also sell our TouchDesigner Chinese book there, and we bring like around 6 books, and it's sold out in one day. I mean, it's not a big number, but I can see how people who speak Chinese, they want to learn TouchDesigner books, they have this opportunity can learn by reading our books.
Yeah, I think that probably like Chinese character is like similar to Japanese, so Japanese can like more or less understand what it's talking about. That's how we started. Like back to the time we James and I read the books from Japan. There's I think one wrote by Shohei in Japanese, and we wrote that books and come up with an idea. So okay, we'll write something in Chinese, and this book comes up. And excuse me. And till last year, we have already like the 3rd editions published by a very famous company. And right now, you can buy it online, Taobao or our website. And at the very beginning, we thought of like what is the best way for people to be connected. So we built this website. I think website is the most easiest way, to make people exchange their ideas. we published all the materials, including all the tutorials, the books, the the text, some text, some publications online, everything's, you can reach all the resources online very easy just by typing the website address. I think the website helps us a lot because people, there's not many like social media back to 8 years ago. So people, but the websites is, the most, I think it's the easiest way for them to reach all the resources. And if you heard about there's a program called WeChat. Yeah, it's like a communication app like WhatsApp. So in China, everybody uses WeChat as the most important tools to communicate every day. So WeChat become like the most important space for people. You can set up the groups like the WhatsApp, and people can post their videos, their thoughts, their whatever they want, the links on that platform. So right now we have 17 groups of people, TouchDesigner users in our community. But this is like uh, just a part of whole the community members, because some of them are not in the groups, because it's more about technical groups helping people solve the technical questions. And you can ask any questions, and people who saw it will reply online, and everything's for free. It's non-profit, so people enjoy this like the atmosphere very much. There's no money issues, just sharing the ideas. So I think that help people to understanding the tools much faster. And also we create this wiki in Chinese, because still, Chinese and English are very different. So if everything, like derivative has its own wikis online, but for most Chinese beginners, it's a little bit hard for them to read English, so they need like Chinese wiki to understanding English program. So I think this wiki helps them the most, especially for the beginners, to understand the each parameters, what it means, and how they can use these different values, and it's just like the derivative wikis online. Oops. And we also provide different kinds of tutorials on Bilibili, which is a platform like YouTube. There are different types of tutorials on that platform. We have like for one entry levels, medium levels, advanced levels, and also we collaborate different famous artists, touch design artists. I think some of them will join us during the sessions in India too. And Torrens, Williams, and Noto. And also they have different kinds of tutorials. Some people are interested in the visual parts. Some people are interested in, like the sensor part. So we try to make it, make it more
Diverse.
Yeah, diverse for people to reach what they need. And the red, it's like an instrument in China, and I think there's a period of time like a lot of people join in and participate in the red and showing their works on this platform. And but we still, if you go to that platform, we have a lot of like different works and reference or something, very interesting visuals available for people to review in a very short time. And I think on this website, it's not like a tutorial. It's about expressions for people to understand what TouchDesigner can do in a very short time. Okay, and then also we have the T community Instagram account as well. So if you are interested, you are very welcome to scan the QR code to join us. There's some, the daily works we create, and I would like to share with people who found interesting in this digital industry. And sometimes we create works not only using TouchDesigner, but using like multiple programs such as Unreal and Notch, and also TouchDesigner as well. And also we have our on-site classes, which I think is very important for people to get together. Like I talked to Stephen, and he said it's very important to make people to meet face to face on site, because it's like today we are trying to to present online, but it's different result if we can present on site, because it will create such an opportunity for people to communicate directly and to exchange their information more easier. So this kind of class for us is the same concept, to make such an environment for people to join, to experiencing, to make their own works on their hands, and do TouchDesigner, step by step, and understanding what 3D projection is. I think those kind of project, it's hard to understand or to be learned online. So we create such classes for them, and also we are using 3D sculptures to create such a status for them to use like projectors, making like 3D projection cells. And from 2 years ago, we started Config UI plus TouchDesigner sessions, which is not only just using TouchDesigner, but using the AI tools to help them to create their own AI works. Yeah, before everything's in touch, but with the help of AI, it's easier for them to create their own very good-looking works, even if they don't have like a lot of design background. This is some lasers, some light arts. Those are different equipments. Yeah. And those are to some kinds of on-site class, I guess. It did help a lot of people until last month. We've been already set up 35 sessions in the past 5 years, teaching more than 1,000 people. And also we have online classes. I think in the community online, it makes people easier to reach or to start their touch design career, because the on-site class, there's a problem that is you have to fly to Shanghai and follow us in the continuous 6 days, which is a little bit hard for people who has their own jobs. And from last year, we start to build lab. The lab is just a physical lab, so it has a lot of equipment, technique. So we build that kind of labs with universities. And right now there is one called Fair Labs, which is the most known one in Sichuan Fine Arts Institute. We try to combine the different technique and business models and science, engineering together to become like the whole program for students. And it's covered from digital twins to speculative and the post-disciplinary design. So it's like the range is very, very wide. And also we have a lot of support from different sides, and also we get support like from some famous teams like Manufacturing Team Lab. And here's the what the lab looks like.
这种公式是通过学习海量数据产生新的游戏，像写故事、画图片甚至设计团队，才能模仿人类创造力。但本质是数学模型在计算案。
And it has like different techniques, AI combined with AI portraits and AI characters and string diffusions. You know, that's a part of like some technique in TouchDesigner, which is widely used during the AI trends. And also we set up the immersive rooms for in the lab. I think in immersive experience it is very important part of touch design industry. And this is the equipment, the integrated equipment we create. You know, people can just start their project, and all the sensors like Kinect, lead motions, and LiDARs are already integrated in such an all-in-one equipment. Yeah, this is the all-in-one integration hub, and I think it did help students, especially the beginners, to experience how TouchDesigner can work, and also they can do their homework on it. In digital humans, and AI portrait photo station actually use like the style transform technique to make this one, and also it was used in some business environment like the Beijing car exhibitions, auto exhibitions in the past few years. Some other AI related groups. 3D creation experience is very interesting because right now we can just talk to it and you will create 3D models and shows up, so you can get like a 3D feedback in real time and real-time video integration. This is a string diffusion one, you know. And also we have some in the meanwhile, we do that kind of research. We do a lot of like presentations or communications every few months in China, and we go to different universities in person and have our own events happen there. I think that's why I think it's, to meet in person is very important. So from 2018 to last year, we have more than 50 presentations in different universities and spaces, from the north of China to south of China, from the west to the east. Yeah, and also in Macau's, Hong Kong's. So I think that's helped to separate the touch designer spirit, we call it, for people to become interested in such a program. Okay. Yeah. And at last, I would like to introduce the Player Festival. It's the festival created by us from 2018. If you can see, Ben is in the center. So he joined us back to 7 years ago and started the first Flair International Festivals. It's a festival, including the excuse me, including the performance, the workshops, the forums, the experience. So it's like a very comprehensive one. People can enjoy in 1 week in Shanghai. And from last year, we have these festivals happens out of Shanghai in Chongqing. And this is the one in Shanghai I would like to share with you.
Yeah, this is for our 2022. The year is kind of special in China because of somehow it's a bit due to the COVID, it's a bit closed from China and out of other countries. But from what we intend to do is invite more international artists to join our online exhibition, as well as you can see this big LD Sphere in Shanghai. So we work with cooperate with the LD Sphere to show all artists artwork there who join our Player Festival. So you can see it's not only just Chinese artists, but we have many like international artists, including like German artists like Marcus Patrick de Basten, as well as Stefan and Billion. Like they also join our online and this LD Sphere exhibition. So although the year is a bit tough for many Chinese people and artists, but we still keep our Player Festival running and invite as many as we can, like international artists, to join our festival.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting because we reached the Sphere running company, and I think that become a very good media for artists to present their works. And the past years, just 3 months ago, we have another one in Chongqing, which is one of the big cities in China too. Yeah, this is the foreign part of the festival, and we invited different people, from Moment Factory, Kin Lab, and also the deans from different top universities in China, and invited them to get together in such a city and exchange their thoughts and their academic researches, which I think is very interesting to people understanding what's happening around the world. And in the meanwhile, we have exhibitions too. So we invited different interactive artists together to show their installations in a park, and we bring different types of sculptures, interactive installations together, and set up such exhibitions in Chongqing so people can climb the mountains and see different works. I think it's very interesting along with the forums in Chongqing. And also we have the workshop too. So that's the most of our introduction. If you are interested in us, you are welcome to join us on the Instagrams and digital forums and T community. And also, if you want to reach us on the LinkedIn, you can have this QR code. So that's the most of my part. And thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
Very much.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. We are all always very in awe of your numbers. Jim's was so nice to bring your book to Berlin when you were last time visiting. It is amazing. I think we all can learn of how to build up a successful community. Unfortunately, we have to kind of pace a little bit forward. But thank you for painting that great picture of the things going on in China. My hope is that one of the good things that may come out of AI is that these language barriers and these sign barriers that we still have, which makes the Chinese community somehow separated from our community, that will be solved in the future and that we can all grow together. And again, thank you so much for taking the time. Really sorry that you couldn't come here in person. If you do this the next time, we're all going to be together. So thank you very much, and looking forward to see you soon.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, all our audience.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
回带。
And now I'm very happy to introduce the next speaker. It's Dennis Peter, resident in Goa. And I think you caught a lot of attention from the TouchDesigner community with your physical installations, where you bridge the digital and the physical world. And we're super excited to hear from you in your own words. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dennis, and I acknowledged a designer and a maker.